and welcome to Eat These Words. Today I'm going to be doing a very old traditional thing that it was done every Easter when I was younger. Seems to have died out a little bit now, I'm afraid. However, hopefully we can bring it back. So today I'm going to be doing peace eggs. Stay with me while I'll show you how I do it. Here is all that you need to make your pace eggs. I've got some newspaper, some eggs, some onion skins in 2 different colours, because why not, and some daffodil heads. Yes, daffodils. So I'm going to show you how we do it. Haven't done this in years, it's a dying out tradition. So anyway, this sort of fell away during the pre-war years, but came back during the war and after. And my dad tells me stories about what he did when he was a child with pace eggs. So I'll go into that as we go along, but I just want to show you for now how we put them together. So your best bet for starters are white eggs, just because they carry the colour better. If you use brown eggs, you're just going to end up with brown eggs. White eggs to start off with. And take your egg and pop it onto a piece of newspaper. Then take some onion skins, pop it on there, pop some underneath, some on top. It's always a good idea, by the way, to keep your onion skins for a few weeks beforehand, or if, like me, you didn't have any, buy some onions and peel them. And then we're going to pop a flower on the end, a few bits of skin. Don't worry if they're old and dry or whatever and crusty, that's what we want. Pop them in together and then pop one end over, the other end over, and then fold them over to make a nice package. That's all you're aiming for. And then taking a pan, I've got a pasta pan here, but you can use whatever pan you've got available. The only reason I'm using a pasta pan is because it will make for easy getting them out. Pop it in the bottom of there. I haven't put any water in there yet, but I will be. So just to tell you a few things while I go along with these about pace eggs. It's an Easter tradition, and the word pace comes from the Latin word I think it's pronounced passe. Could be pronounced differently, I'm not overly certain, to be honest. Well, it means in Middle English Passover. Or it came to be known as Passover in Middle English anyway. I'm just going to do this one all brown, and then, actually I'll do it that way, I'll make it easier. The hardest part's wrapping these up here. And basically eggs symbolised years, well still do, don't they, symbolise rebirth. The rebirth of Christ after he died on the cross. So eggs are used quite a lot in most Christian cultures to symbolise rebirth. I think the Russians have something similar to us. They do each year with eggs. They boil them similar to us and then eat them later on. Now, traditionally, these are done on Good Friday and they're eaten on Easter Sunday. Easter Sunday breakfast is when they're eaten. And if they're not eaten for Easter Sunday breakfast, they are left and used as ornaments occasionally. And if they're not used as ornaments, what we do with them round these parts, where I come from, we actually roll them down hills. And whoever's got a fully fledged egg at the end without any cracks in it is the winner. I don't know why, but But my father used to do this as a child. He's in his 80s now. And my father used to do it as a child. I didn't, but he did. And he remembers rolling it down big hills. So there you go. I think it's mainly a tradition in the north of England, to be honest, sort of Lancashire upwards, but I've not heard of it anywhere else, I've got to be honest. But if you want to prove me wrong, leave a comment down below. Let me know if you do it in your part of the world or your part of the country. Now I'm just going to continue with this until I've got all my eggs sorted, and I'll be back with you when I've done that. So I've managed to get 10 eggs into my pan here, and what I'm going to do now is just fill this up with water and put it on to boil. I do want to say as well, what you need is the skins off the onions that are quite dry. Red ones it doesn't matter so much with, but certainly the yellow onions, or the brown onions as anybody may call them, you need it to be kind of dry. This sort here will not be any good. What you need is this sort here. And you can also use spinach, red cabbage, whatever your heart desires, flowers, any flower that you want really. All we're doing is dyeing the outside of the egg. So long as it's not poisonous, you're good to go. So I'm going to fill this up with water and pop it on the heat, and we're going to boil them for about 15 to 20 minutes and then see what our results are. So I just want to show you the colour of the water that it goes. Look at that. It goes this absolutely stunning colour. So you know it's working on your eggs. So my eggs have been on for 15 minutes. I have drained them, and I am now just going to wait for them to cool down before we proceed any further. My eggs have cooled down now. What I'm going to do is take the paper off. Sorry, here is my egg. As you can see, I'm going to peel it. And what you get is a marbled, absolutely stunningly marbled egg. Just take that bit off. There you go. See? How lovely is that? Now these days what they tend to do with eggs to decorate them is boil them first of all and then colour them. But this is the old-fashioned way of using skins and flowers to do it. You can still do it the other way if you so wish. You know, it's a nice little pastime for your children. If you hard boil an egg and then paint it, it's lovely. Nothing wrong with that at all. There you have your pierce eggs.